we made it right here, right now, together. Settle in. I'm gonna share the thing that I feel is the most valuable part of my beingness, my me-ness. And that is the mastery in which I have found rest and sleep. Now, rest is not the former PhD that I had in couch surfing and couch rotting and bed rotting to the point that my memory foam had to be replaced because it's supposed to like last, you're supposed to flip it every couple of years or whatever, but like within the first 6 months of having it, I ruined it because I was just in fetal position, curled up, doom scrolling, whatever, the depression rotting, whatever my body needed, I gave it. But in that whole, God, I've been sleeping 12 hours a day and I wake up exhausted. I have night terrors all night. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't resting. I was continuing to hum at this momentum where my nervous system was still completely frazzled. Number one, I was guilting and shaming myself for doing the thing that my body was screaming and asking for. I need rest. I'm so tired. You traveled 200 days a year and worked 24/7 in Vegas for 12 years and you never stopped running. And I used to brag, oh my God, I can just operate on 2 hours of sleep. Hence, that's what happens in your 20s, I'm sure, for a lot of us. But I couldn't slow down because I would have panic attacks if my nervous system wasn't matching this hustle mode that I had created for this survival mode. Really, it's survival mode. The neurological scientific fact of what I was putting my body through was a lifetime of surviving life, not living life. So the most valuable thing that I possess now is the tools that I have mastered, that have been through a series of trial and error, through a desire to find peace within, to truly just simply wake up feeling rested. And the few things that have worked for me on the journey of slowing down from, I mean, my nickname was the Wolf. I literally have Howl tattooed on my finger, like vampire fangs and Howl. I was just like, I'm devouring life. I can't slow down. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the best at hustling. My hustle has a hustle. And it wasn't pretty, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't pretty. Slowing the freight train, or what analogy can I use? Slowing the freight train down to from 160 to 0 miles an hour. It got real messy. And all the boxcars spilled out all over the tracks, and all my possessions rolled everywhere, and all the people scattered, and all my relationships suffered, and I sat there among the rubble like, now what? Now that I'm not tugging all this burden and hustle. And I needed to sit in that for a while. And at 43 years old, with the amount of knowledge and wisdom that I have collected along my journey, I feel I am capable of finally discussing this subject. How to unhustle your life, how to transcend the trauma, and how to, what I lovingly call, enter turtle mode. 4 feet firmly planted, slowly plodding along. And it really shook me up a lot. I mean, I was now remission focused. I don't believe that it's an issue anymore, but I had a seizure disorder breakthrough. I'd fully be like, I'm fine. I gotta go run errands. I gotta do all this stuff and meet these people that I said yes to, and I'm fine. And then I'd have a seizure in public because my nervous system was like, you're not fine. You're not okay. And then coming home and trying to, ever come home from work and need a couple hours to wind down before you can go to bed? That's not healthy. Not good. So when I fully embraced this turtle mode version of me, learning who she was, first of all, physical, tangible turtles actually started showing up. I'm drawing one out in my window. I know that sounds scary and gross, but this little bebe turtle carcass literally showed up right in, sadly got run over and smushed flat from a vehicle, but on a walk with my dog, literally showed up. Don't want to tip it out, but how do the kids do it where it makes it focus? Well, it's already splatted, so I'm so sorry, baby. But yeah, this my little turtle. I don't know why it won't focus, because I'm not good at this. And believe it or not, for 15 years, 16 years, I was a photographer and videographer for TV stations and magazines, and I don't know how to do this anymore. So you're getting this raw, unfiltered, unedited, no fillers, no filters. Do have a little lip gloss on, and I am loving, first of all, this is not a plug, just sharing tips. I'm loving castor oil for literally everything. I was like, oh, I don't have a budget for all this skincare and all this product I used to like go through, and I wanted to live a more eco-friendly life, eco-aligned, existence. And so I stopped using plastic, and it turns out all the crap I was putting on my face was in plastic. So I was putting more plastic on my face to look more plastic. But when I stopped getting the fillers and the filters and the zero judgment, it's just not what works for me anymore. I stopped putting all the extra on my face, and I would cleanse my face. I started cleansing my face with just water and witch hazel at night, and then castor oil. Like, that's all I use now, and everything's in glass, and I'm loving those results. So previous versions of me would be like, how did you let yourself go on screen with just air dried hair and no makeup in this weird angle that's showing your bit? I just, doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm not here to sell this. I'm here to sell this. I'm not selling it. I'm just offering it openly. So, squirreled all over the place. Besides the bebe turtle, a year before I just found this turtle, an actual tortoise was like crossing the street in front of my car, and cars were swerving and honking and all mad. And I was like, that's not how this works. So I jackknifed my car gently, slowly. Put my hazards on and got out and got some tissues on my hands so that my oils wouldn't get on the turtle. And I picked her up, and she was slowly turning her neck and snapping. And I was talking with her, and I said, I'm just trying to help you get across the street so none of these U-Hauls will smush you. Hopefully it was the direction she was going, so hopefully I didn't cause her any harm. But these tangible, realistic turtles showing up in my life while I've been manifesting and meditating and begging to feel more peace in this slower phase of my life. All the pings from the universe and all the synchronicity. So it started very simply with just what I'm doing now. Just getting my butt on the mat, and not like, I need to sweat, I need to fit into my $100 leggings, I need to It was just to wake up and come sit on the mat and listen to my body. Body, where are you hurting? Everywhere. Mind, what do you need? Everything. And to take a break from all that noise, I invited stillness. How did I invite stillness? A series of things that I hope everyone gives a chance. I double dog dare to try one of them one time. I fall asleep with not only my phone not next to me, but not in the room and on airplane mode. I have some gentle white noise and crickets and something that isn't sensory overstimulating to me to block out all of the excess. It was like, I'd just get right into sleep, and then I'd hear a neighbor slam the door. I'd get right into sleep, and I'd hear a baby cry or a dog bark or what, and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm wide awake again. and just to invite what that stillness and that peace would feel like without distraction, without any neurodivergent red flags going off and needing attention. And for me, it began with, I think it's been about 8 years now that I've been listening to sleepy stories. I've been healing that child within who's like, I just want a bedtime story. I don't want to read. I want to be read to. So I found a few that I absolutely adore. One is called Sleepy. The reader is Otis, and it just depends on the mood that I'm in. Sometimes I want to be read to by a female voice, and sometimes I want to be read to by a male voice, and sometimes I want to be read to by an AI voice. It just like depends on my mood. Guess what? It's your choice. You get to choose. It's your life. You could choose all of them or none of them. So the Sleepy Bookshelf with Elizabeth is one of my top favorites. I've listened to the most. Sleepy with Otis, and Lights Out Library, which is really my new favorite in the last year or two. And she goes through Olympia. She goes through all these different like history. I love history. I love studying. So it's like very calm study. So I'm studying and absorbing knowledge at the same time that I'm like decompressing. So that SoFi and lo-fi frequencies going all the time. Castor oil in the belly button, not just the face. That's why I brought up castor oil. I'm trying to remember, like, why did I bring that up? So I've been like literally just filling my belly button, doing a little massage, and then falling asleep with that like that. And I'm not waking up anymore. I'm not waking up to pee. I'm not waking up to do anything. And when you're in your 40s, you have to pee more unless you retrain your bladder and your root chakras. So that's been a total game changer to my whole sexual reproductive, bowel and bladder area. When that stuff's feeling good, everything's feeling good, right? So got that all situated. Listening to those delicious stories and SoFi frequencies and white noise just to keep everything consistent. I also fell in love with taking magnesium, vitamin D with vitamin K and calcium. That would knock you to it. It's like back in the day, I used to pop a Xanax and an Ambien and a Trazodone and an antidepressant, and then they stopped working. And the doctor's like, "You're on the maximum dose of all of those, and you're combining all of them, and you're still not able to sleep." And I'm like, "Nope, my body doesn't want to sleep." My body was calling for something more. My body was calling for this soul satisfying deep slumber. Like I used to say all the time, I wish I could fall asleep. Like I used to crave surgery, which is really sad and scary, because I've had many operations in my life, thank goddess, for Western medicine, even though I mostly use old Eastern and holistic Ayurvedic medicines now. I have had the benefit of my life being physically saved by Western medicine and all these advancements in technology. So, anesthesia, yeah, you're totally unconscious. And I'm not like recommending it, but that's the kind of rest that I was craving. I'm like, I want to be completely blackout sleeping, not half asleep having night terrors being chased all night, which was probably, it still happens a little bit. We'll have a nightmare poke through, and I'm like, I've been able to develop in this astral plane of like reminding myself, hey, this is just a dream. And it is scary. And it's not scarier than anything that's happening in the world right now when you're awake. So of course that's carrying over. When I acknowledge that in my body, those dreams faded, and I wake up and I'm like, I can't believe I'm awake. Like it's the light, there's light. I slept through the night and I don't remember anything. Like, so that's been delicious. The first thing I do before I touch my phone, again, is I repeat that restful state to welcome my body into the new day, and welcome my nervous system into this new space before the brain can start ruminating, before the tasks and the stuffs need to be done. I put on a series of affirmations, a morning meditation. I'm not going to recommend one because I use dozens, and I use my own. And then I listen to a 30-minute affirmations, saying thank you and how grateful I am, like at least 30 minutes straight of saying thank you and listing gratitude. And it has radicalized and revolutionized my life. Then when we're all cozy, and I say we a lot because it's my dog and he's always with me, we go barefoot outside. And my feet are probably dirty because we just got back in from outside. But going barefoot, getting some soil on your tootsies, first thing in the day, it reduces inflammation in your entire nervous system, your entire body. So we just go slowly, heel toe, Tai Chi walk through the grass and the snow and the rain. I'm in Michigan, so there's all types of weather every day. And yes, it's cold, and yes, sometimes it's hot, and yes, sometimes, but the relief that is immediate and lasting in my body and my entire nervous system the entire day is worth feeling a little bit cold for a second, or a little bit warm, or a little bit dirty, or all of that. I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. So we do some walking in the grass just in silence, and I usually wear earplugs because there's going to be dogs, there's going to be other humans, but I'm so grateful for noise now because that means there is life. I have for the first time in 43 years eliminated my panic over leaf blowers. I am not a fan. They're destroying the environment, but every time I hear one, I start humming. That's another tip for regulating your nervous system, just to your teeth are not touching, and you're gonna feel the vibration right here in the center of your face. It relieves and clears out all of your sinus cavities, helps with allergies. When I'm not practicing learning how to make videos, I'm gonna learn how to be like, there's links down here and little pop-ups and all this stuff. If anyone has any questions about how and what, how to do all of that. This is not like an instructional video. This is just an information video. But let's start with, we started at bedtime. So let's start with how I start my day. I've been up for a few hours. I wake up, nature calls. Then I settle back into bed, and Celsi and I have our good morning cuddles. And we listen to, right now I'm rereading several books, or re-listening to several books. So I'm listening to a chapter of my book, and kind of still half awake, half asleep. Then I put on a morning meditation, and I just talk to my phone. I don't even touch it. She's got a whole playlist already, but I'm like, hey Siri, good morning, please play XYZ. And so I'm just laying there. First of all, I talk to it across the room, and I say, turn airplane mode off, resume my book, whatever. So there's really no excuse to at least I had to eliminate the excuses for myself of well, I have to touch my phone because if you're telling me to go look at something or listening to something. No, I've already programmed that too. I can tell my phone from across the room, turn yourself back on and play the thing. So then my mindset's right. And that's the first step. Getting that mindset, nice and cushiony, nice and cozy, because those ruminations those alarms want to go off and really, they're very distracting. But I have learned that I'm not my thoughts. Thank goddess. I'm not my thoughts. I am the observer of my thoughts. And this loud, boisterous, Peter Pan type of I will never grow up human that I've promised myself I will be, presents as very extroverted and bold and loud, and the truth is the me that I know and that I have met and gotten to know and fallen in love with is a very much more gentle. It's that gentle whispering voice. It's not the one that's loud and nagging and on repeat all the time. That one, no, that's fake news. And tell her, shush, that's not real. No matter how real it feels, it's not real. It's not happening right now. We're going to start our day and get into our body and be present. We're not going to rush out the door and rush in the shower and rush through rush hour. Before all that stuff, I'm going to get present within my body. So I've done some deep, slow breaths. I've done some light, little stretchies in bed. We've cuddled with a dog, which automatically gives you some dopamine. We've listened to a mindset meditation and a little bit of my book. Now it's time to go outside and go take him potty. So he's thrilled to go outside because now I spend a couple hours out there every morning. Yes, I do. I'm a city girl, but I gotta be outside barefoot in the morning. So we take Celsi outside. He does his business. I lay out our blanket, play fetch with him, do some Tai Chi walking, maybe do a Tai Chi sequence. Then I get on the mat or the ground, and we do a gentle somatic yoga flow, which is literally so slow. It's like, I don't have any energy to work out. Me either. But you know what gives you so much energy? Just slowly doing things. It feeds your body, it aligns your chi, and calms your nervous system so that your adrenal glands aren't overfiring, and just all of the stuff that my body was dependent and addicted to. So we get back on the ground after some Tai Chi, and we do our yoga, and we listen to the gratitude. You can find it on YouTube. Thank you, universe. I was done hearing the excuse, but I just can't pay attention to my meditations. Well, my mind needs to listen to something, and yours might need to too. So I lay down and I put my feet in the ground, and so I stay grounded to the earth, and I'm listening to 30 minutes straight of the most pleasant voice ever, brainwashing my brain with 30 minutes straight of things that I'm grateful for just to be alive. Things that I take for granted every day. Just like being able to breathe and speak this into the ether right now. The gratitude that I have that I woke up. And most of my life, I woke up and the first thing was, that was the first thing out of my mouth. For 40 years, probably. I remember being a baby and being like, oh, this again? We're just doing this again? I don't feel like that anymore. I've created this luxury of time for myself where I feel the most abundance, and I've made space for only the feelings that I want to feel. And yes, pain and grief and suffering. This is the grief and suffering and death podcast. It's not a podcast. I do have a podcast. This is a channel where we talk about all the ouchy feelings, but we don't live in them and dwell in them and identify as them anymore. We observe and hold space for as long as it took. It took me as long as it took to get over certain things. And there's no rush. If your body needs to grieve, if your heart needs to mourn, if your existence and your reality, your personal reality, your personality, your existence is grieving or depression, honor that, because I spent most of my life trying to get rid of it, take a pill, make it go away, smoke something, make it go away, drink something, make it go away, run really fast to make it go away, busy to make it go away, just make it go away, I just want it to all go away, I just wish it would stop. And the energy that it took to mask, to be able to be out in public, showing like, I'm fine, the energy it took for me to be giving off the I'm fine was killing me. It was quite literally, I went into organ failure. I've had 5 tumors, like killing me. The seizures, enough. We're like finally just like, okay, we're just going to control alt delete the whole system. Kids, that's an old version of like holding down the right and left button of your phone and letting it reset. Yeah, control alt delete's like it's old coding. This is an old DOS prompt. Older millennial. Proudly. So, you're meeting me now, right after being outside, and I just did this amazing Qigong sequence, and deep, slow breathing, and Tai Chi walking in the grass, and now we're on the mat doing some stretchies, and reporting how good it feels. I have my teapot going to make my coffee alternative. I no longer consume anything acidic for my own body's allergies and needs. I also don't accept the crash and burn of like how good caffeine makes me feel, and then how much I have to pee and how much time that wastes, and how the urgency in my body of, oh my God, I gotta pee. That's sending a signal of fight or flight to your body at all times. When you hold your bladder, because you're like, oh, I gotta pee, but I gotta take this phone call. I gotta pee, but I gotta go to work. I gotta pee, I'm in traffic. Like this excessive signal being sent, this alarm was overstimulating my body to the point of complete burnout. Also, for my neurological needs, I stopped consuming any addictive or any stimulants. So I stopped taking my ADHD medicine, stopped drinking alcohol because I had like a sip of a wine and just like had a seizure once. I'm like, okay, I think I'm allergic to alcohol. I think I'm allergic to coffee. This is great, but weird because it was kind of my identity before. Not that I don't feel like I was ever dependent or addicted, but very much consumed mass quantities in often of these substances. So after yoga, we sip on some tea and I listen to an Abraham Hicks or a Joe Dispenza or why did I just forget the other Joe that I listened to? I will eventually send a link. I'll listen to or watch something that is, again, feeding my mind to continue on that. Hey, now my body feels aligned. Now I'm nurturing my body, taking my supplements, drinking my tea, making some brekkie. Celsie's taken care of. Now I'm ready to begin my day and enter my day with the capacity to be of the most service to others and myself. You don't want to meet the other version of me. If you've met the other version of me, this is my chance to say to the world, please forgive me if I ever added any additional friction, contrast, or confusion to your life because of what I was projecting from my person of dysregulation. If I offered you dysregulated feelings because I was dysregulated, irregulated, unregulated, all of them, I'm sincerely sorry. I was in very, very entrenched and dug my heels and I'm in survival mode. I'm a survivor. Don't you know I'm a survivor? I'm a survivor. I've survived all these things. We all have. That's why we're here. If you're here with us today, you're a survivor. You've survived life to this point. And that does not take away from any human, especially in the war zones, the 11 active war zones. There's like 800 active armed skirmishes that are happening right now. Like war is in every sector. Let's like stop pretending it's not. I'm not laughing at all. I'm just like, when the noise in the news and the noise in the news, which I don't participate in at all, try to continue to like distract us with, and then this is happening, and then the sky is falling, and then this is, and then it's all their problem, it's their fault, and then they did it, so we have to fight them back. It's like, okay, all of it is noise and not my business anymore. And I'm not available to listen to any of these things that are indoctrinating me to feel powerless. How do you feel after you listen to that? Scared and fearful and powerless. I don't believe in any of it, so I don't watch it or listen to any of it anymore. The way that I can help and be present to the collective consciousness, to humanity at large, to our species, is to take care of me. And as a PhD holding, I have a few PhDs. PhD in agoraphobia, PhD in being overstimulated, I don't know why I'm calling it a PhD, because a PhD is considered like 20,000 hours of study. If you dedicated 10 plus years to putting yourself in positions that overstimulate and burn you out, then yeah, you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like. So yeah, after brekkie, then obviously it's time to get into some work. I'm a caregiver and a companion to some adults with special needs, which I absolutely love. And if I don't show up present in my body and regulated, oh, they know. And I know that they know because then they're overstimulated and not able to regulate. And it's a miserable day. And all of us are having a miserable time and we're wondering, like, how do we fix this and how do we change it? How about I show up present and available to do the work, to do the job, to do the task, and to do it from the heart center, and to be able to provide any effort from this human. I must be regulated, and rest and sleep for me, it has shifted so much because I value and look forward to, like it was the 90s, like, oh my gosh, there's that movie we can watch on Friday, like, oh my goodness, there's this fun something. I don't know. I quit social media. I guess YouTube is considered social media. Yes, I don't engage much on here. Right now I'm just on my camera phone, like just talking to my phone. So it doesn't feel the same as participating in, let me scroll, and then post something to stay relevant. Like, It's a completely different feeling for me. But yes, I do understand anytime we're on the interwebs, you can put a comment on everything. On every website is considered, I mean, social, right? Yelp is social media, you know what I mean? So like participating less and less and less in the interwebs and feeling that I finally have something to say. I've been talking for 30 minutes and I hopefully have said anything that might spark some interest, but solving the overstimulation in my body, getting a handle on sleep hygiene, sleeping through the night for the first time in my literal life. I call my mom. I had sleep issues my whole life. For the first time unmedicated, for the first time in my life, am I getting into REM sleep? And it shows. I see it in my skin, I see it in my hair, I see it in my nails, I see it in my bowel movements. I see that when my body is regulated and rested, everything else falls into place. So to get into what I lovingly call turtle mode, it doesn't happen overnight. We're in this, it can happen. You can have rapid and lasting results. Yes, 100%. I will actually guarantee that. But rewiring your brain and unlearning all of the ways that we've been taught that are unloving, it takes a certain amount of dedication. Absolutely. This is a daily practice. It works for me, and it doesn't like it started working and I'm just going to stop doing it. Like I used to take pills, uppers and downers and sleepers and shitters and anxiety and energy and panic and sleep and just so many pills. Pills are good. Dumb and Dumber. They just aren't for me anymore. Like I tried them all. I promise you, I tried them all. All of them. And too many, and then I cut them all out, and then I eliminated them all, and then I tried just one at a time. I've done the dance with the pharmaceutical situation, and it just isn't for me anymore. If it's for you and it's working, then like, if you've made it this far and you're offended by anything I'm saying, like, then probably you're feeling like I'm telling you need to do that. No, I'm not even bragging. I'm not happiness bullying. I'm just super thrilled to share that, like, wow. Can you hear that? It's a lightly rainy, windy, just gently chilly, cozy morning. I don't hear much, which is really nice. And how many mornings have I just barreled through life and not even noticed that it was quiet, not even noticed that my body can feel like the way my skin feels with this cool breeze, and the way my sensory, the way my nose is like smelling the fresh rain, and even the worm smell, and like just like smelling and feeling and touching and tasting and witnessing, just spending this 30 minutes in the morning doing that before I get into the next action. But it's like the number one way that I have regulated my nervous system is that I no longer will abandon myself for anything or anyone. I will not abandon my peace for anything or anyone. I just turned 33. I just turned down about $3,000. Hum with me because there's a leaf blower. I'm gonna close this window. Thank you, leaf blowers. And Saved by the Bell. That's probably a good place to stop. But instead of like actively being irritated by the excess noise, I just had 3 hours of silence. What a beautiful thing to be grateful for. Like a couple dogs, couple birds, couple bunnies, couple squirrels. I got to see all of this wildlife. I got to see nature and touch and taste and feel it. Now I'm gonna go drink some mushrooms and nurture my body and hydrate and get into the next loving action. It's not like I'm just gonna check these things off my list and then clock into hustle mode. I'm just gonna do the next right thing, and then the next right thing, and then the next right thing, and then the next right thing. And if I get overstimulated, I listen to a podcast. I listen to some music. Nothing will shift your mood like listening to your favorite music. Remember music? Remember how we used to put an album or a disc or a CD or a vinyl on, and it would play the entire thing, and there was no skipping around. We didn't jump through songs. We didn't next on the radio. We're so conditioned and programmed to have this instant gratification and this quick fix and this, that didn't work, I tried it. Yeah, well, I've been trying yoga for 20 years. I still can't stand on my head. So I'm not doing it for that reason anymore. I've been trying lots of these remedies for years, and they're working, and I'm not going to stop doing them because this is part of my daily practice. And it becomes less effortful and becomes effortless. My body craves it because I wake up going, oh, that thought, and then I'm like, I remember what makes you feel better right away, and then it lasts all day. Bing! You know, and I just open my toolbox and I'm like, I'm gonna take that one and that one and that one and plug them in. So I'm gonna let you go because I don't want to talk over that sound. I'm gonna finish my yoga with Celsi. Hi, are you ready for Becky? Are you ready for your Becky? Whoa, shake it off. Shake it off. Mwah. Say hi to everyone. I just got a haircut for summer. He doesn't like phones, actually. He knows when I'm pulling up. I don't have photos of the cutest things that he does because he'll be doing it, and then I'll like go and grab the phone, and like dogs, they can feel the frequency, and he'll be like, ugh, that. Screens. Say no screens. I love you. Listen to your body. Be gentle with it. If your body needs rest, don't shame it. Like, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or I should have done this. Just pick up a tool that actually can be deeply restorative and provide actual rest and decompression to your nervous system, not just dissociation. Hey, I like to dissociate like as much as the next guy. I can't wait to watch an episode of my show tonight, but I'm not going to put it on right now and dissociate from the things I need to do the most. I'm going to turn on some music and have fun doing the thing that I get to do. I got to organize 10 years worth of paperwork. I don't know why I've been hauling around. I'm going to go recycle them because I just don't need all this stuff. And it's been on my to-do list for like 2 years. But today I feel capable of doing it. So we're going to go lovingly do paperwork and just continue the feel-good vibes. So, okay, it's really time to say ciao. Ciao for now. Thank you for, if you're still here, thank you. If you liked it at all, you can like it. If you want to share this randomness with someone, you can share it. And if you want to subscribe to see more randomness and a lot more structure too. But yeah, I've just been committing to practicing making videos and sharing the meanness that I am, the realness of me. And, oh, Celsi, you're getting so fluffy. He only sheds around May and June because he's blowing his coat, but I'm trying to get the wiggle, the butt wiggle. Stop forcing it, Mom. Say, stop forcing it. Love yourself today.